Hey guys, welcome back to the Libra Souls character creation story. Right now, I don't remember where we're at. Well, that screwed up. But yeah, well, let's get this shit started. This one does not bode us well. Pick up the pace. Oh yeah, I forgot I followed him. Your breathing is ragged. Can you continue? I'm fine. Damn it. It's been a long time, Groh, whatever your name is, I don't know how to say his name. So you still haven't washed your hands on the pathetic little group of yours? What a fool. You don't know beauty when you see it. I still insist on opposing Lord Oswald. I will have to strip your flesh from your bones here and now. Try it. The ones who cannot escape death are traitors like Oswald and you. Always barking at you. Come, Valtro. Show them the results of the experiments. Shut your mouth and don't give me your orders. I'm growing to use the power Lord Oswald gave me to crush you. Now you know the power of the Ascended Warrior. This is the fruit of Lord Oswald's research. Lord Oswald told me about his experiments on you, Groh. He said you were a great help to him. Lord Oswald spoke highly of you. You were the first subject infected with the manifestation to be able to restrain the sense of self after all. I see. Now, Valtro, unleash your full power. Repay your debt to Lord Oswald. I would love it if you used your power too, Groh. I'm thrilled all the prospect of observing our older experience measures up against our latest masterpiece. Ah, this mission truly is the thing, beauty. Lord Oswald, choose me. I have surpassed the human race. When I finally passed the test, he smiled. He gave me his love. I'll crush you with the power Lord Oswald gave me. Valtro charged us with unbelievable speed. Instantly, I closed my eyes and Grace went back. There was a dull thud, and Valtro cried out in confusion and dismay. I opened my eyes to see Groh blocking Valtro, with only his left arm. Surpassed the human race? Is that what Oswald said? Groh's voice was dripping with murderous intent, and the hairs on the back of his neck stood up. Groh's left eye was glowing with a malicious blood-red light. Very well, you wish to know what it's like to surpass the human race. Then, now, this outsider. In a flash, Valsto fell to the ground, spurting blood. Deliver this message to Oswald for me. Perform whatever experiments, create whatever soldiers you like. It doesn't matter. Who all stand in my way will die. No, this isn't beautiful at all. General, his eyes filled until it's rolling with of a growing sandstorm. Only once they have completely disappeared did Groh to relax, and the deadly aurora he gave off a bait.
Your soul surges in your body.
Your soul surges in your body.
In your way.
A warrior stands in your way. After arriving at Jerusalem, I made my way to the Dojang. The merchant had mentioned the Shangjong. I was greeted by a pupil and was told the reason for my visit. So my master is currently away. He may be back this evening, but he will be leaving on another journey earlier in the morning. I'm afraid he cannot let a stranger into the Dijon without my master's permission. Perhaps if he come back in about 10 days from now. I had other things to do, so I couldn't afford to stay in town long enough for his master to return. Detecting my disappointment, the people looked sympathetic. I can't let you into the dojo, but many of the young pupils are training outside. Since you've come along this way, you're more than welcome to join them. This is a prime opportunity to learn more about the Song style. I think the man and made my way over to where the pupils are training. Escalated quickly. As completing my sparring matches with the Shangjong pupils, I set off towards the end. Elderly man, you there? Wait a minute. I hadn't realized there was someone nearby. Caught unaware, I took a defensive stance. There's no need to be alarmed. I am Shangjong Myung, master of the Shangjong. Caesar has seen my sparring matches with his pupil and on his way back to the Dijon. You are quite an impressive fighter. Only my most advanced pupils were able to provide you a challenge. I am right to assume you are a traveler. I told King Myung of the merchant and my reason for paying a visit to Dijon. I apologize for not being able to spar with you myself. Should you ever come to the area again, please pay a visit to the Dijon. Also, having seen how capable you are, I have something to ask you. Yushan asked me to inform him if I ever saw or heard anything about his only daughter who ran away from home. Xingming, yeah, no. He said her name was Xingming Na, and that she was proficient in a fighting technique passed down for generations in the Xing family. He even went as far as to say her skills surpassed his own. She ran away from home not long ago and left a note saying she headed west in search of the Sword of Salvation. I tried to stop her, but she's a stubborn one. Once she set her mind on something, there's no convincing her otherwise. I don't know where she gets that foolishness from. He spoke harshly of his daughter, but the expression on his face showed how concerned he was for her well-being. I wouldn't be able to rest easy until she's back here, so I can teach her a proper lesson. I realize it's unfair for me to ask this of someone just said, but please help me find my daughter. Okay, sir.
your way.
Oh, nice off. That's gross. I had heard of an island home to an ancient tribe blessed with special powers. A light breeze accompanied me on the way to the village. As I climbed a hill, I cast my eyes to the top. A young girl was standing there, her face unturned to catch the sun. I called out to her, and she replied with a voice as clear as the blue sky. My name is Plata. I am the princess of the wind in the village of the wind deity. I know you come from afar, but I'm afraid our village is not accepting guests at present. When I asked her why, she dropped her gaze. The latest princess of the wind has collapsed, her life hangs by a thread. Thus, any that may stir the wind of our village must be turned away. Silence lingered in the air. To break it, I asked who this last priestess of the wind was. My people worship the wind, and it gave birth to the line of priestess blessed with special powers. I am barely fit to call myself one of them. She explained that the mystical abilities of the people faded with each generation leaving. Most priestess of the wind with only a fraction of their ancient powers. One girl, however, has been blessed with unprecedented power. She may be the last true priestess of the wind, and so we named her the last. But one day the winds from the west brought us terrible portents, and a great affliction befell the latest princess. Now she lies unconscious, wandering the ways at the brisk of death. He asked you, traveler, did you come from the west? If you know what happened, I beg you to tell me. She could only be talking about the one thing, the evil seed. I explained everything I knew about it. So was this evil seed. Even the elders said that they would never sensed anything like this before. Plata looked up to the sky, her eyes troubled. After a few moments of thought, she once again dropped her gaze and looked at me. Traveler, my duty here is to quell the dark spirits. That power grows daily. Since that precious day, I must remain, but it's far too dangerous for you to stay here any longer. Why did the music stop? It was then I realized the winds had ceased, and twisted being breathed to stagnant air was closing in on us. I readied my weapon to defend Plata.
Fight! It's time. It's time to begin. Are you afraid?
He got wrecked.
Fight! It's time. Begin. It's time.
Just. Oh yeah, the left plate. That's why they get it back. I was like, dude, they're just smashing on these. It's a gargoyle. Thank you. You are surprisingly strong. And that power that breezes rage around you. Are you somehow connected to the evil seed? It seems that you learned much about me during the fight, perhaps. As the priestess weren't as modest as she thought. Yet the power that flows through you is still pure, unsustained by good or ill, possibly swirls around you. Yet I sense that you are not evil. No, not yet. As I said, you are unable to welcome guests at present, but should you come to this island again, please visit us. Plateau bowed deeply, then presented the hills towards the village.
Your soul surges in your body.
Back to the village of the wind, Plateau was again standing on top of the hill where I had first met her. Her eyes closed, she noticed me and walked over with a smile, asked for what she has been doing. The same as before, listening to the wind's whispers, seeking news of imbalance and great events is part of my training and way to hone my power as priestess of the wind. At the last we met, she's detected the presence of malevolent spirits. These priestesses must have supernatural abilities. I would love to take you to my village, but I have something to ask of you first. Apparently the village is holding a wind deviant ritual in 2 days. Plato was performed a sword dance to honor their gods, but she was feeling nervous. It is less of a dance and more of a practical demonstration of my skills. Our village style is not just for show, after all. However, I can only learn so much practicing by myself, so I was wondering if you'd like to help me. I had to look to the flustered and nervous, but it was just practice. I saw no harm in helping her. You're a really good person. Now let's begin. Winds, hear me. I dedicate this dance to you.
Battle 1. Fight!
There's still being restrictions. Oh my god.
Battle 2. Fight!
Oh, nice.
Begin. It's time. Begin. It's time.
Oh! lighting is too much, bro.
See you in hell. See you in hell.
Still nothing. Okay.
It's time.
When our practice was over, Plate led me to a village. Finally, I'm starting to feel confident about my ceremony. Thank you so much. The winds must have guided you to me. But I tell you about my cousins. Tell him she's just begun practicing the sword dance. I want to be a good role model for her. Tell him, a slight small curved plateau lips. The ritual of the day after tomorrow. Do come and watch. I'll tell you the elders will be there. 2 days later, despite being a rather simplistic affair, the event showed how devoted the villagers were to their faith. Plateau walked alone into the center of the ring, and then the dance began. Her movements were beautiful, graceful, and her sword swung through the air, whipping up a breeze around her. As her dance ended, she sent a gust of fresh wind in my direction, which swirled around me before fading to the distance. The ritual ended shortly after. I searched for Plateau to say my farewells, but she was nowhere to be seen. I eventually found her at the hilltop where she first met. Forgive me. Plateau's cheeks were wet with tears. I'm a priestess of the wind, and I have much to do before the last priestess of the winds regains her strength, but I'm not strong enough. At the end of my sword dance, I set the wind to you. It should have cleansed you of all the darkness you bear, but I failed. Tears rolled down her cheeks, and she hastily wiped them away. I wanted to lessen your burden. Oh, that's so sweet. So cute. I stayed by her side until she regained her composure. The sun had begun to set, slowly turning the hills of glorious mirage to red and orange. Thank you for coming to watch the ritual, Joey. If you visit again, I'll introduce you to Talim. The sandstorm was worse than we imagined, so we took cover in some ruins half buried in the sand. I couldn't get what happened out of my mind and found myself staring at Groh's left arm. If you have something to say, then say it. As the power of an outsider, I became infected on a mission when I was injured in a fierce battle against one of them. Aswell treated the wounds. Likely, he is partially to blame for what has become of me. But know this, I will use every tool at my disposal to carry out my duties. But be it this power or you. He was a friend. I killed him. There is nothing else to say. That's fucked up. His experiments were always too risky, too dangerous, even back when he was one of us. After his betrayal, he formed the Qualifiers. There's a group of fanatics who worship the very ground he walks on. Aswell selects the humans, guinea pigs, for his mad experience from their numbers. Very well. There's nothing compared to the blizzards in this homeland. Even the the fearsome growth had a place he called home. The thought made him seem somehow less threatening and more human. So what happened to the outsiders you picked up in Yongguang? I had no intention of answering, just know that it was not out of charity. I can barely believe that you were serious about carrying a bound outside to some mountain temple, but I suppose that's what I perceived as foolishness allowed you to save his life. It seemed that the sandstorm had finally died down. Let's go, the city is not far from here. We'll speak about the astral fisher there. The War of the World begins. After an arduous journey across the harsh desert, I found myself in the oasis city of Kashgar. I have arranged to meet my subordinates here. Forgive my tardiness, sir. And what have they decided? Sir, the 12 has spoken, although it is unclear whether or not the subject is an outsider. The majority have voted to allow him to accompany us on our mission. They're treating this as a special case. Understood. Sir, I have one more thing to report. You found Azrael, or have you located another astral fisher? Neither. The 12 wish for you to investigate a facility in the Kashgar suburbs and destroy it if possible. I have the orders here. So Azrael was here? Leon, Natalie, head to the facility and carry out the mission. Sir. Understood. Dion and Natalie were off. I asked Groh what the next move was. He turned to face me. The location of the astral fisher remains unknown, but be ready to leave whenever necessary. When your preparations were complete, meet us here. Blacksmith. Wandering through the city, I heard a cheerful voice shouting to the crowd. I noticed an energetic young woman standing in front of the shop. Gather round, behold, Blata the blacksmith, most beautifully blade, forged by the legendary blacksmith. Its voiced untold sharpness. Despite her best efforts, the passerbyers did just that, passerby. Nothing today either. The girl caught sight of me. Hey you, that's a fine weapon you got there. You look capable of handling yourself too. I need you to do something for me. Here's payment up front. She tossed over a bag of coins and drew the sword she had been trying to sell at point at me. It's time for a demonstration, don't worry. I'll go easy on you. Oh god.
Sorry if you get hurt. Don't die. Don't die.
Oh no.
Am I losing now? I'll beat you.
Man.
Don't die.
Oh, that was sick.
Some weapon, right?
That'll get their attention. However, and now that you witness a sword in action, why not buy it, or even throw in something extra to sweeten the plot. The pot. The demonstration seems to have been a success when people crowded around her. Some seemed very interested in her other merchandise too. What an excellent choice. This is our latest axe design. When the storm of Kasai eventually dispatched, the blacksmith walked over to me, smiling brokenly. Yeah, it really stayed in my skin. If you want to show off a weapon, you gotta use it right. They complimented her on her passion and courage, and her innovative sales techniques as she grew flustered. Nah, I'm not really doing this for the thrill of commish. I need the money. I got something I need to get back. Anyways, who cares about that? The name's Blota. I'm the boss here at this smithy. Well, I mean, I'm the only one who works here, so yeah. Anyways, take this as a token of my thanks. I just don't know. I don't just make weapons, you know. I upgrade them too. That material I just gave you is used to do that. If you need more to upgrade a weapon, you know where to find me. I finished my progression and went to the Groh. He was waiting for me. Good, you hear? The situation changed. Diane and Natalie should have reached the facility by now, but I have yet to hear word from them. Something likely happened. We're going after them. Let's make a haste. Volta Smithy is now available to use in casual. Here you can use weapon enhancement to add new bonuses to your weaponry. You can also synthesize other weapons to transfer the bonuses to other weapons with available slots. Upgrade your favorite equipment to make it even stronger. How do I upgrade weapons? Just select a weapon with an empty slot, then select the material you wish to use to upgrade them. The weapon will upgrade and a new bonus added. The weapon enhancement added a bonus to a weapon. Just pass on one bonus from this weapon to another. The twin blades, all damage +5. protest. The state of Cashmere died in the color of the setting sun. I opened a familiar door and ringed on the blacksmith's hammer paused. Welcome. Oh, it's Joey. You're a sight of solar eyes. I just finished up. Let's have a drink. Go on, drink up now. This cheer seemed forced. There was something bothering her, so I asked her. She smiled bitterly. Rats, obvious. The Royal Army wants to take another look at the people who make the equipment, so they're holding an expedition. That sort of position carries a lot of honor, so I normally leap at the chance, but the competition is stiff. Another smith called Yashin has been making a real name for himself lately. His work isn't great, but his price can't be beat. I want to go into the opposite direction. This is the smithy with techniques that have been passed down for generations. The effort I put into the metal makes it something special. But my sources of good iron have dried up. There's not much time until the expedition, and I was wondering how I'd get my hands on some decent material. I asked if I could lend her a hand, and Bolton smiled sheepishly. I knew you were a man I could count on. I didn't want to trouble you, but here we are. Thank you for the help. 2 days travel from the city with wide Salt Lake. Much had dried up, leaving a flat, white, expansive land. They used the bottom of the sea and high-quality iron sand accompanied here over the quarries. The land belonged to the local lord, but he's given us permission to gather sand here today. Yeah, but you didn't get permission from us, so get out of here. You're our sense thugs. You never give up. I guess I'll have to convince you the hard way.
It's time. It's time.
Rough.
Fight! Damn it! Bring up!
Bye bye. Damn you, we won't forget this. Watch your backs. The Athenians under the last threat and will flee to the beach. That's a lot works for Asen. That lot works out for Asen. A local merchant and captain. He's a noble birth, but fortune comes and goes, right? Bolton muttered as she grasped her pick. Something was on her mind, but she was not in a time to cry. The smith dug quickly through the layer of salt, revealing black earth underneath. There we are. Yes, there's a quality I'm looking for. I really owe you for this. Thanks. Bolton gave me a delighted smile. I've heard of a weaponsmith named Kalich, said to be living in Kashgar. His might has been enough to overwhelm Drona in his young days, so I decided to visit the desert city. But it was a good fortune to already know a woodsmith in Kashgar. I decided to pay her a visit. If it isn't Joey, how have you been? I found both selling weapons at the bazaar. If anyone had known about Kalich, it would be her. When I asked her, she spoke hesitantly. Well, Kalich is my father, but he disappeared a long time ago. Oh, don't worry, it doesn't bother me anymore. This was once his forge. I guess I've inherited just about everything from him. The shop, my job, my personality, pretty much everything. So, I think I gave you what you're looking for. Will smiled at me confidently. Yeah, you wanted to bout with my old man, right? I can give you a good demonstration of his skills. This bitch.
Begin. Begin.
Not yet. I've got this.
Your life. Battle 2. Fight. Take this.
Oh, nice.
Begin. Point. You're mine.
You got me. I never thought you'd be able to sneak and attack like that. Both who came at me with a storm of attacks that were far swifter and heavier than our demonstration earlier. I was barely able to deliver a counterattack, but Walter seemed unshaken. I remember that Klitsch had gone missing and asked if she was worried about him. Nah, he has a habit of wandering off when he's in a bad mood. He probably came strolling through the door one of these days. Walter gave a cheerful laugh and landed me something long and thin wrapped in silk. Take it, it's the last thing my own man made. He may be a bit fickle, but even I respect his work. By the way, if you see him, use that thing to crack his nose for me.
Your soul surges in your body.
Plus some nunchucks. Nunchucks. Well, that's it for today, guys. I will probably see you in the next one. If you want to watch this live, I'm at JoeDog55 on Twitch. Yep, but if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Right? Bye!